Well, hello. Coming to you live from the grocery store parking lot again. Had to get safety pins. It's crazy. With the virus and the earthquake this week, planning everything for the event that I'm facilitating this weekend. I've been remembering things one thing at a time, which means that I've gone to the grocery store more frequently this week than I normally do, and I'm supposed to be practicing self-distancing. That's weird to me that phenomenon is happening. However, I'm finding that as I've been talking with people, of course 6 feet away from them, when I've been out and about, people are experiencing that same sort of thing. They feel fractured. They feel scattered. One of the words that I've heard is discombobulated, and I totally relate with that. And so I wanted to share with you a couple things that I had an awareness of as I was driving here and as I experienced in the grocery store. I had a memory as I was driving here. I saw a dog running through the neighborhood, and I had a memory of one morning when I was about 13 years old. My dad was driving me to work or to school, and we hit a dog and killed it. And it was a dog that belonged to our neighbors. We knew the people. I babysat the kids every single week. 2 of the kids saw it happen. And so it was a really heightened situation. And my dad is a gentle soul, but to survive what he went through as a child, he's turned off his emotions. So he doesn't know how to respond to people who are having a emotional experience. And for me, in that moment when we hit the dog, this is graphic, I apologize. I could feel us crushing it. I actually could feel the impact, and I felt it resonate up through the floorboard of the car and through my body. And it shocked me, and I actually stopped breathing. Like, I gasped and stopped breathing for about 30 seconds, and then I started crying, sobbing inconsolably. And because I was having such a strong emotional experience, I could feel the dog dying. I could feel the physical impact. I could feel the sorrow and the horror of the children who are watching it. I could feel my father's mortification. Like, all of these things I was feeling all at once, as well as my own experience, and it just exploded in a cacophony of sensations inside of me that I didn't know what to do with. My father, being the gentle soul that he is, wanted to console me and said, "Honey, it's not that bad. You're going to be okay." Which, yeah, eventually I would be okay. But when I said I felt all the bones, he said, "There's no way that you could have. You're just overreacting." Now, he didn't mean to be mean at all. He couldn't be mean to save his life. That was how he was feeling. And the reason why I'm sharing with you this story, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, we are in a really intense emotional time, and these sensitives are feeling it. I've had contact with a lot of people in my network who are like, I'm a wreck. Not because they are freaked out, but because they're just feeling all of the emotions. So be aware that we're having an experience here. Stay in your own lane. Allow people to have their own experience. Avoid the temptation to tell them they're overreacting. My sensitives are feeling it, and they're doing everything in their power. I'm doing everything in my power to remain cool and calm and level-headed. And there are times where it just gets to be too much. So take care of yourself. The other thing that I wanted to remind you is we are having an experience, and it's an intense experience, and it's a worldwide intense experience, which means emotional energy is vibrating really loudly right now, and that's going to rock things loose, which means you may have memories surfacing, especially traumatic memories. And for those of you that have had extremely traumatic situations, it may trigger your PTSD. Please get support. if you need someone to talk to, please reach out. I'm doing my work on a donation basis, sliding scale based on whatever you need to get the support that you need so that I can be of service to humanity. So the other thing I wanted to remind you is we're having an experience together. Stay out of judgment. Turn to compassion. I just was in the grocery store and it's fairly empty in there. The shelves are still empty, which is probably why there's not a lot of people in there. I had to get my safety pins. And because it was fairly empty, the music seemed loud. But it was kind of a dancey, poppy song, and I was at the register when a new song came on. And I instantly just started dancing because that's what I do when music moves me. And the cashier that was overseeing the self-checkout started giggling. She said, "I love that you're dancing." And I turned around to her like I'd been caught. I'm like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot I was out in public. And she said, "No, I love it. We dance here all the time, especially when we're stocking the shelves." Choose to have fun. And if you see people that are having fun, there's a lot of ways you can respond. You can judge them. You can ignore them. You can join them. I invite you to join in having fun because it could not hurt, but it certainly could help. So, as a recap, the invitation that I'm bringing to you today is to stay in your own lane. Choose to have fun when you can. And get support if you're having a really big traumatic experience with this. I love you. Thank you for keeping on. Create yourself a beautiful day and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.